Paul Joseph Watson, what has developed since we talked to you 24 hours ago?
Well, of course, the big development, Alex, which Rob will get into in more detail because he was there on the scene, was the big confrontation we had last night with the governor of Saxony, Stanislav Tillich. Now, of course, this is huge because every single time Bilderberg happens, the media claims it's just a talking shop, that no decisions are made. It's no big deal. But we've got this guy on tape, and this is massive, brazenly admitting that he comes here to attract investment into Dresden. In other words, lobbying. This is a huge lobbying scandal, and he's been caught on tape brazenly admitting it. Meeting with politicians, again, as Skelton said yesterday, this is a politician-rich conference. He's meeting with them. He's attracting investment to Dresden. He also admitted that he's basically sitting at the kids' table. So he might get to speak to the big wigs, to the senior Bilderberg elitists at some point, but for the time being, probably tomorrow when he will visit, he will sit, 100 feet away from them and barely get the chance to even talk to them.
And let's be clear, they always do this. They always have about 3 or 4, like Fareed Zakaria or the lady from the Washington Post. They always have a few of these little minions to act like the press is there, but they have to sign an agreement, which is admitted, not to speak about it. And then they'll usually have the mayor or the local billionaire, whether it's New York, whether it's London, wherever, or Virginia. They'll have a local who literally has to sit at a little kid's table and maybe summoned into the real king's court. So this is a modern Versailles, is what Bilderberg really is. Go ahead.
Exactly. And he's gone on the record. He's talked about it because he's not aware of what this is all about. Again, he's committed the cardinal sin, which is to talk about Bilderberg. The first rule of Bilderberg, like Fight Club, is don't talk about Bilderberg. He's broken that rule before he's even attended.
But he's proud of himself because he's saying, hey, I'm here to just get money locally. Sounds like he might be a patriot.
Could be. Or he could just be completely unaware of what Bilderberg is all about and why they've enforced this Chatham House rule where they can't go on record about it. But that is an absolutely huge report, and it's up on Infowars.com right now. The other development is today we went about half a mile away from the site of the hotel and found, thanks to a local tip, the water cannons that they're preparing for a big protest tomorrow.
How loving. So Bilderberg prepares water cannons to repulse the knaves.
The article's already up. We need them to add the video to it because that's just gone up as well. So there were 2 protesters here yesterday, basically, who held cardboard signs. They were harassed by police. They were forced to put the signs away. Later on, we heard that they were reportedly arrested for possessing a tent and, wait for it, a loaf of bread, because a loaf of bread was treated as a dangerous weapon here in Dresden. We were actually told that. That's not confirmed, but that's what we were told that they were arrested for. So for 2 people with a couple of cardboard signs and a loaf of bread, they've got water cannons ready. Now, that's not to say that there won't be trouble, because also we've got left and right protesters coming together, potentially clashing tomorrow here.
Yeah, let's just say it. The Soros rats are always being activated to come in and stir up trouble. They don't even know why. So the police have a cover when they're ordered to go in against everybody. And again, we're not blaming the police, but that's how the globalists do it. They ship in the anarchists, they stir it up, then the police are ordered to stand down during the first rollout. Then in the second phase of the rollout, they then are told to attack everybody. Go ahead.
No, that's what we've been told, that what usually happens is that they have these left versus right protesters. They start off peaceful, but then an agent provocateur, somebody from the left, because in one case they later identified him, starts throwing bottles at the police, giving the police to go in with the excuse of being heavy-handed. So that's what we've got to be wary of tomorrow. Again, it's Saturday, people are off work, so there's likely to be more protesters here, and it could be a clash between left and right. So that could be the spark that sets off some kind of a police action involving the use of those water cannons and a militarized scoop tank, which is also pictured in the article.
Oh my gosh, well, there's the headline, water cannons, scoop tanks. That scoop tank is directly out of Soylent Green. Holy Toledo.
Yeah, and they're parked up there. There was a security guard guarding those 3 vehicles. We went up there, tried to talk to him. He didn't want to talk. After about 3 minutes, we were kicked out by another security guard who came up, and it's all on tape. So, they're getting ready for something big, and it could happen tomorrow.
Well, I mean, this is classic. We saw in Switzerland the police were really mean the first few days, but then realized what was happening, and they were more pro-free speech, and it was literally villagers marching with torches up to the gates of the situation right out of Frankenstein. But in Germany, you know, the police, I guess, are trying to keep the people from realizing this global government Frankenstein that's menacing everyone and destroying our freedom and destroying our future, that actual Dr. Frankenstein is meeting inside that hotel right now. And God forbid the people ever learn who made the monster, because then they might not just oppose the monster, they might actually oppose who created it.
Well, that's right. And we've got another leak. We talked about the economic collapse, which is, you know, we had that article up this morning, talked about that yesterday. Also, German Federal Finance Minister Wolfgang Schäuble is in attendance at Bilderberg, which is interesting.
He's the one threatening the EU. Yeah. That's the top of Drudge. Let's show Der Spiegel. Drudge has a copy of it, threatening the UK that will shut all your markets down and won't let you trade with us. I mean, this is economic terrorism. The Bilderberg Group threatens economic terrorism on the UK to stay in the euro. I mean, the UK couldn't be conquered by Hitler, but it can be now by Merkel. Go ahead.
It's economic terrorism. He's threatening an economic embargo, saying that there will be no trade deal between the UK and the EU if the UK votes to leave, which is complete nonsense, because the UK would be the EU's biggest export market. We buy their products. They need us. The EU is a corrupt, failing institution that would be in desperate need of the United Kingdom.
The parasite is unelected and is telling you, this is like tapeworms telling you that they're not going to feed you anymore if you kick them out.
Exactly. But another thing, and this is what's coming out, this is another leak, he's also the one calling for more Muslim migrants to be brought into Germany, because according to him, there is a risk of inbreeding amongst the German people. Those were his words, not mine. And he also said, quote, "For us, Muslims in Germany are an enrichment of our openness and diversity." So he's openly calling.
Stop. This is too bombshell. Again, we broke all this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Drudge magnified it. It forced mainstream news worldwide to report exactly what we said. They confirmed it. Just showing we have the real sources. Paul, I don't know about this leak. I know about my sources. I know you're getting some on the ground there. Did you get this? Was it Skelton? This is bombshell. Are we getting leaks right now from the current meeting? Because I just got from folks that work for one of them what was on the agenda last week before they went, which was international news. Are you saying you're getting leaks right now in real time? Because I think I'm about to have a you-know-what dream. Go ahead.
Well, it's the same every year. You know, we've got leaks that come out from our inside sources, and we've got what they're saying in public. He's saying in public that he's going to threaten UK, again, with economic terrorism.
So that's your Spiegel, but tell me about the leak. I'm salivating.
Well, the leak that he's there, and this is what he's saying in public, and this is what they're talking about at the Bilderberg meeting. And he's echoing, you know, what Stephanie von Berg, the Green Party head, said back a few months ago.
She said it's good to get rid of white people. You know, Germans are bad.
Calling for Germans to be a minority in their own cities within 20 years and saying that that's a good thing. Because
that's right, and this is the beachheads, folks.
If I was just gonna like attach an idea to it, it's gonna be dangerous freedom.
And don't tell me that I'm a weirdo because I'm upset about this. I'm just sick of dishonorable trash.
Supreme Cobra Commander!
You're failures! You think I'd sell my family out like you, dirtbag?